All right. Welcome everyone to the first bi-weekly town hall for Decentraland DAO. Thank you for joining us today during the festivities in the metaverse. So we'll take a few moments away from those activities to come here together to talk about recent updates in the DAO, the community, see some grants that we've been working on, and get on quickly with our day. So we'll try to be maybe a little bit more abridged than we are typically, since all the ongoing events. And just remember to mute yourselves if you can, and hopefully we'll have a good session here today. And just want to start off by handing the mic over to Yamel to share any updates from your end from the DAO committee, and we'll move on then to the facilitation squad, governance squad, grant support, and have an open forum, and then specifically have an in-world meetup after the session, which Fractilians will talk about during our update, and then off to the Metaverse Festival for those who want to join. So welcome, thank you, and Yamel, I'm going to pass it off to you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everyone, for being here. A short update from the DAO committee. We have been sending transactions as usual, approving POIs, grants, and basically passing all the proposals that the community votes on the governance page. The DAO committee sends the transaction on chain. We have been struggling with swapping mana to stable coins for paying grants. That's a very costly operation. Not because of liquidity issues, but mostly because we need to sync with my cosigner, H. Privacos, and we need to issue the transaction very quickly. Like maybe we have less than a minute to both sign the transaction, and sometimes the transaction fails. And it's kind of a pain swapping the funds. So we have been discussing with a team that has a solution of implementing a smart vault, which is a very interesting solution. So basically, it's a smart contract that can hold the mana, and it will swap the mana to stablecoin every day waiting for the best times to do the swap, making sure there is enough liquidity. And I believe, or at least we believe, it's a very useful tool for us and as a community to have like an automated way to swap funds from mana to a stablecoin. So yeah, looking forward to have a proposal in place soon, so all the community can review it. Yeah, so that's one important update that will ease the operations of the DAO. Other update is that we want to open a call for adding a new committee member. We used to be 3 in the DAO committee, but Eric resigned early this year. Since then, H. Privacos and I have been serving the committee, and also we add a member of the security advisory board, just to hold the key, because the wallets are a multi-signature wallet, so it requires at least 2 signatures. And if something happened to me or H. Privacos, we need to have like a cosigner. But we want to now open the call for adding a new member to the DAO committee. So this is possible today because 2 proposal passes, governance proposal passes. The first one is establishing a formal process. That's something that I remember Martinho helped putting together. And the second one is the compensation for the DAO committee that passes recently. So just to refresh you, how's the process of adding a new member? So the idea is to open an application period. We will post a message in the forum, and anyone who wants to apply needs to copy and paste a list of questions. The questions are about your name, your address, your experience in Decentraland, your skills. So anyone who is interested in joining us in serving the DAO, sending transactions in the name of the community should apply. We will share the link when that's uploaded. Hopefully we will do it today or maybe tomorrow. And the application period will be open for 2 weeks. After that, we'll go through interviews. We will pick some options, what we believe are the best suited for the position. And finally, the decision will be made by a community through a vote. Thank you, Sino, for sharing the governance proposal regarding the process. And I think that's the most important update we have from our side. If there is no question regarding this, we can move on, Matt.
Cool. Thank you so much, Emil. Really, both of those, I think, really exciting updates, and look forward to seeing how they both roll out, and which members of the community and network jump up to establish that third member. I know you guys have been working really hard with too, and also really hard pro bono with your time. So thank you for all that. And this stablecoin is really interesting. It's something we've been talking about in the community for a long time. So onto the committee or the facilitation squad. Let me just pull up my notes real quick. Okay. So real quickly, I just want to mention, over the past several weeks, we are continuing with our deep engagement with each other on the forums and the server. I think to varying degrees of constructiveness, and I think that one thing happened when I was reflecting on this and looking back at all the proposals is it's really fascinating. I think a positive sign to see that a lot of our proposals are not just rubber stamping proposals. We're really raising up core, contentious, important issues of our DAO. The votes are very mixed, and we're seeing, the formation of different opinions, everybody coming at it in their own ways for trying to protect the best interests of the DAO. And I think that's the upside of this. And I think it's really important for DAOs to have proposals that do not pass. A DAO is not supposed to rubber stamp policy. It's supposed to develop it and distribute it in collective ways. And I think we're progressing towards that in very fast. And I think that's a real positive to see. I would like to say that, we are dealing with each other on the internet. Many of us are anonymous, pseudonymous, or, some range of between, and to continue to do so with each other's best interests and understanding that we're all going about protecting the best interests and building the future of this platform. So I really would like to see a little bit of more constructiveness in the way that we're engaging with ourselves. I think it goes up and down. We haven't stepped in for moderation or anything in the server because we've been staying within the realm of the acceptable. But, I don't want there to be situations where that has to happen. But I think, these conversations today have been really interesting. I think there's a lot of really interesting conversations going on about the fundamental code of conduct and processes that we need to establish for the DAO and surrounding the grants framework. And I think there's going to be some really positive points that come out of this. To that end, we're finalizing this month's community polls. Fractillions has done some interesting interviews that will be coming out with some content creators, and I'm working on sort of synthesizing everything that's going on in our server surrounding the issues with grants and interest there. And I'm going to reach out this week as we finalize that to a few community members just to get some quotes to kind of measure the pulse of the community and include that in the report. So if you have an interest in sharing kind of like a 2 to 3 sentence feeling about what's going on in the DAO, please feel free to drop me a message, and I will reach out to you in the next couple of days to grab that and include it in the report. And continue to push forward conversations with other core units and community members, surrounding these core code of conduct, constitutive, and sort of working group documents that we're moving towards that will really create the fundamentals for our DAO to move forward. And I'm going to pass it off to Fractilians to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the strategic communications and the End World meetup.
Yeah, so I've been up to a variety of things here. Thanks everyone for being here today. It's always great to see a nice turnout. Even though we're all Metaverse Music Festival addicts, I'm sure we're all going to head there. We will afterwards. I'll talk about it in a sec. I just wanted to first give a shout out. I'm right now working on uploading the 21 amazing videos. Sango, who is a wearable committee member, put out these videos all about wearable creation. So be sure to head over to the YouTube and check it out if you're a veteran wearable creator or somebody new trying to level up their skills. It's really, they're great, and go check them out. And I'm putting up every day like 10 or 5. There's 21 total, so yeah, head over there. And also, like Matamio said, we are launching our second monthly pulse, and I actually interviewed, who's in the audience, Sean, who was amazing from the VR client team. So yeah, it was excellent. Had a lot of fun on interviewing him, and just wanted to say thank you again for being part of that. And be on the lookout for that, you guys. And also, I'm going to be working on a couple more cool Twitter spaces, probably about with the wearable creation. So I'll keep you guys posted on that as well. And also, at the end of this town hall, be sure to join us. We have special guests from the Museum of Contemporary Digital Arts, and I believe he's in the audience. Let me see if he's here. Yeah, I think it's I don't want to say his name wrong, but it's Filippo. Is that right? I see him there. He will be taking us on a tour of his build, and afterwards we can go all hang out at the Metaverse Music Festival. And also, on another side note, I did just get back from ETH Lisbon and was doing some talks on the Metaverse, which was really awesome to see how everybody engaged with that and had a blast. But and also, I think you guys have been looking up on our Twitter. We have the technical AMAs from Foundation, so I'll put a link and share that. So you guys, if you want to share any questions that you have for them, be sure to get those in. And yeah, I'll pass that on back to you, Matamio.
Great. Thank you. And I will pass it off to Gino from the governance squad.
Thank you so much. Hey folks, how are you doing? Hope you're enjoying the Metaverse Music Festival. On a side note, yesterday I went to see Bjork live in Buenos Aires, and it was one of the most boring shows I've ever seen. So probably this Sunday on the Metaverse, it will be the first time I enjoy an artist more in the Metaverse than in the real life. So super excited about it. So quick update on our side. First of all, I would like to acknowledge a situation that happened last Tuesday. As some of you probably know, the governance tab was down for basically the whole night, at least here in Buenos Aires. So it was down for like 8 or 9 hours. That was because, and that's why we've been so shady about the communications. We got a security vulnerability reported by our bug bounty program. So we wanted to be triple sure that the vulnerability was fixed before letting anyone in. So that's why it was down. I would say it's the first time we take advantage of the bug bounty proposal that was passed a few months ago on the DAO. So we're going to be paying, of course, the white hat hacker for the report. And the second thing is we published an update on the profile page, something that we didn't release on the first version of the profile page that we shipped a couple of weeks ago. So if you go to a profile on the DAO now, you're also going to be seeing the proposals the user voted on. So basically, if the person behind the profile voted as the outcome of the proposal, you will see it as stands shared. If not, as stands differs. And if they voted on proposals that are still in progress, you will see this here. We're going to be pushing another small enhancement on this feature as well. That is going to be the proposals that the user created. But I wanted to update on this because it was one of the value propositions of this feature when we communicated it. I think that's it from my side. Yeah, nothing else.
Thank you, Gino. Appreciate that. Profile page looks great. Fractalians, love your outfit. Okay, we'll pass it off now to our grant support team. Take it away.
Thanks, Matt. Hi, everyone. Here's Pablo. Well, today we have a short update from the grant support squad and 3 grantees as our guests. So the updates as we are doing will be shared by videos, and the grantees are going to be in the chat answering questions if you have. So at first, let's begin with our short update by Zeno. So let's go with the video, and we will share some links from us. So go ahead.
From the Grant Support Squad. Since not everyone knows me, I thought it was a good opportunity to make this video to tell our update. As to transparency regarding the grant program, we were working on the new committee that should have the ability to revoke or not the grant. We published the draft governance, which was rejected 3 days ago. Based on the community feedback, this proposal should be separated in 2. One with the structure and guidelines for the new committee who decides when a grant should be revoked, and another proposing the first temporary members. However, not have any particular name suggested as a candidate, it will have the procedure that we allow the community to choose them. In other words, the procedure to add, remove a committee member will be right. We still believe that this new committee should be alive as soon as possible. However, it's important to hear you. That's why I'm sending via link the draft, and please feel free to share your feedback regarding the last topic. Secondly, we have created a formal request to initiate the procedure to analyze a grant. This will allow any committee member to raise concern regarding a funded grant and channel request. I will share the link. Also, we will create another formal request to initiate the procedure to analyze our grant if someone has a concern, because who watches the watchers, right? Also, we keep working side by side, collaborating with the governance team to give the DAO more information about the grant, being requested to have better content for voting. For that reason, and to follow the grant framework, we request to them in the form for requesting grant. Please take a look. I will share the link at the end of this video. Yes, here is the link, sorry. Regarding providing support to the grantees, we're still in the mission to create more bridges between the DAO and Foundation, and we are very happy to announce that the next Wednesday, the Decentraland Foundation Technical Ask Me Anything session will happen. Before each AMA sessions, the community will be able to submit questions through a dedicated Slido, but we'll also be able to ask questions during the AMA session. The Slido for the next AMA is available right now, and I will share it too. Please give a shout out to Pablo regarding the last topic, because he was in charge of pushing these bridges between Foundation and the DAO. Last but not least, we have posted our renewal. You can check it in the follow ID that I will share. And if you want to apply to the position that we are available, if the grant pass, obviously, you can find the link on the job description in the renewal also. And you can vote it, no? Thank you for all your attention. We are here to support you. And if you want to talk with us or you have any questions or doubts, please feel free to write to us, send a message. We are here. Thank you all. See you soon. Goodbye.
Thanks, Zeno. We have another little update, and if you're a grantee and you want to share your progress in a town hall, we've created a more democratic way to do it. So I'm sharing the Calendly link and here you can book a slot in the next town halls. So please use it. And we want to have every grantee in our town hall. Well, next grant. I want to introduce the rent parcel team, Aditya and Sudarshan. I think, I don't know if you are here. They finished the grant period recently, and here is the update. So, Sino, if you can join the video, if you can share the video of rent parcel, go ahead. Zeno, are you there? Yep.
Sorry, I have a few issues here.
Okay, so
give me a second. I will try again, please.
All right. If you can't, we can ask Gino to do that.
I believe that now I can do it, but
yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, so I'm just giving like a quick overview of this grant project updates. So we proposed a project for a peer-to-peer marketplace for virtual land rentals, and it has been recently completed. So here's our website, and we have we have made some significant progress since we first proposed this grant. So as you can see, it is a peer-to-peer marketplace, and landowner, all they have to do is to come to this platform and to create a post for their property. And for doing that, they don't really have to connect their wallets or be even signed up, and just fill out some simple details about their land. And once they do that, it will be featured on our website, and anyone interested in renting can use our filtering to decide what land that they want. So if they want land from Decentraland and they want to rent it by month, they can select select by month, and they can click on any particular land of their interest and directly message the landowner. They can email them instead, and they can also view more from the same landowner. So for example, here's one landowner who has a lot of properties. So if I click on view more from Metaverse, I can see that all the properties that they have. I can also add a review for them by saying that, I had a great experience with them, so we'll continue to rent. And once it goes like an internal verification process, and once we clear it once we sort of verify it, it is published on their profile. And aside from it, we basically built like a community of rentals. We partnered up with several companies which require metaverse rentals in the metaverse, especially for marketing and advertising. We also have generated interest from basically landowners who own a lot of lands. We've been able to get at least 195 lands listed on a platform, with 100% of the landowners from Decentraland receiving at least one rental offer for their property, at least as of last week. And our messaging service sort of allows quick communication between landowners and renters. So moving forward, we just want to introduce payments on our platform as well, so that anyone can just directly pay safely through escrow in a trusted manner to the landowner, and also support other utility assets in Decentraland, like variables and maybe scenes as well. And finally, we want to be able to give landowners the ability to assign someone else the operator to their land using a click of a button through our platform itself. So we are studying we just basically are working on implementing all these 3 features in the next 6 months, and we hope that we can continue to be like one of the largest rental marketplaces for Decentraland and generate some great value for Decentraland landowners in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, they're in the chat, so you can ask them whatever you want. Next one is Matimus from the Decentraland Closed Advanced Backpack Features Grant. Thanks for being here, Matimus, and for doing your homework in record time. So thanks. Go on, Zeno.
Hey everyone, Matimus here, going to give an update on the Decentraland Closet project that I've been working on. For anyone who hasn't tried it out yet, what I'm looking to do is create a second screen experience of the backpack in an external web application to be able to add more features to the backpack quicker, have things load faster, and just be easier to deal with altogether when you're trying to do different things with your wearables. So what I have right now, this is currently hosted in S3. I haven't set up a domain and all the hosting and things just yet, but that will be sorted out later. So far what you can do is sign in, connect with your MetaMask, and it will pull up your account. The home page shows an overview of what you're currently wearing, gives you a nice big picture of it. If you want to do screenshots or any kind of modeling, you can use the site here to make it a little bit easier to take screenshots and sort of swap things out. So the home page is intended to be sort of an overview of what you currently got going on, displaying it all nice and big and easy for you to see. Currently the background on all of these cards is coded to their rarity level. Next, if you go into the backpack page, you will see all of your wearables listed here. As you can see, it loads a little bit faster than the Explorer backpack. A little bit easier to see, deal with, and manage all the different categories you have here. Within each category, you can swap wearables in and out. Well, I have some collisions here, but you can change certain parts. Change your pants a little bit, switch around. So the preview is updated, as well as the currently wearing tiles you'll see being updated. And you'll see that reflected on the home page. Some other things you can do right now, click the checkbox to show all the info if you want to get a marketplace link or see the names and the descriptions of everything you've got. These link out straight to the marketplace. So if you're just looking to link someone to one of your existing wearables, it's a little bit easier to just come here, find it, instead of digging through your backpack in-game, having to launch the game, or going through your assets in the marketplace. It's meant to be super quick and easy to come here and get that information that you need. Additionally, this may be a hidden feature in the future, but for now, it's fun to play with. You can actually paste in a backpack address from somebody else's backpack, and you'll be able to see all of their wearables, and you can try some of their stuff on here. And yeah, again, all the background colors are coded to the rarity level. Show all the information for all the wearables here. Let's see, the next features that will be coming are probably some more advanced filtering if you only want to see specific rarity tiers. Being able to hide and show the individual sections, maybe you only want to see the hats or the upper bodies. Some more UI UX related upgrades. as well as starting to make some headway on the outfit saving feature. So this is intended to be able to have the user save a group of wearables and then be able to change back and forth between the outfits, but I'll give some more details on that in a future grant update. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Matheus. Well, let's go with the next. Gino is gonna update about the Web3 and Metaverse Journalism Hackathon sponsorship grant. So let's listen to Gino and go on with the video.
Hey everyone, Gino here. You probably know me from the Governance Squad, and it's likely that this is my second time appearing on this town hall, so sorry about that. Today I wanted to provide a final update of a grant that I proposed and executed with the goal of funding and co-sponsoring a Web3 track and hackathon at a media event in Buenos Aires that has been held for the last 10 years. It's called Hackers Media Party Buenos Aires. So this idea came to me by having conversations with people working in the media industry, journalists regarding the metaverse, regarding like Web3, crypto, decentralized technologies. Journalists in the last couple of years, they've been talking a lot about this. They've been publishing a lot of notes and news pieces, but to be honest, most of them never experienced it. Right? So we thought that we could bring those concepts closer to the media industry by having a track, like a topic track or thematic track of like Web3 and decentralized technologies, but also metaverse technologies on a media event and bringing that closer to people working on the media industry. It was also a nice wink because at the event, Meta, like Facebook, they came to the event, they gave a keynote, they were one of the main sponsors, and they basically promoted their like metaverse endeavors with Horizons and everything. It was fun because, to be honest, they are not in Latin America right now, so it was kind of weird, the presentation. But it was cool because the Decentraland DAO was there actually backing and supporting the builders by basically having a monetary prize for the builders and the teams winning the hackathon. So it was a really nice situation, and we put the Decentraland brand in front of those media creators and builders and YouTubers and people like that. The grant was set it up as a 3-month vesting contract of 20,000K. Most of the grant, like 14,000K, were used basically to pay the winners, and the rest was used for operational costs of setting up the track and everything. We co-sponsored this hackathon with ICFJ, which is the International Center for Journalism. It's like a big like think tank of journalists, and they provided the rest of the money, the rest of the so it was like 40K, and the rest of that money, so 20,000K, were like put by them, and it was used basically to pay for flight tickets and swag and things like that. Flight tickets, why? Because we invited 4 international guests that are in the business of metaverse technology and decentralized technologies regarding media and journalism. We invited Eric Mack, which is a co-founder of Journal DAO. Journal DAO is, they are basically working to develop an experiment with like Web3 tools for journalists. And basically they set it up a DAO that the goal is to basically buy small media outlets and decentralize the way they work. We also invited Laura Hertzfeld, which is an XR, VR specialist. She won like Grammy Awards, and she's been working with a lot of like big companies on endeavors of VR, like storytelling in VR. We also invited Kevin. You probably know Kevin is the leader of the Decentraland Report. We also invited Tin Shui Young, which is a fellow from ICFJ, and he's doing research on how information technology, such as blockchain and things like that, could help journalists around the world, especially those under threat of authoritarian governments, to operate more freely and more secure. So we ran a hackathon. The hackathon was a huge success, almost 200 attendees, 12 projects. We had 3 winners and 1 special mention that didn't won money, but they won ICFJ mentoring. The first payout was already sent to the winners. We split the payout into 2 because it was a 3-month vesting contract, and we wanted to also so there was a jury that decided on the winners, and we wanted them to provide some kind of update before giving the second part of the money that is scheduled in December, at the beginning of December. We also produced a nice pop that was minted there. We got media coverage basically in every major media outlet in Argentina. So Metaverse in the hackathon, Media Party 2022. Disinformation, Web3, and Metaverse are going to be the topics of the 10th edition of Media Party. In Clarín, which is the biggest newspaper in Argentina, Decentraland community appeared here to basically finance and support Web3 and journalism projects. Another ones. And finally, some pictures. It was great. I know that some of you, I don't know if Toik is here, but Toik has been producing some content. Kevin on Earth met with people from the Decentraland Foundation who are based in Buenos Aires. Kevin gave an amazing workshop on how to use Decentraland to tell stories. All of the international guests were tutors of the hackathon. So it was amazing because they were super close to the people working and developing things. Actually, 2 teams developed experiences, not in Decentraland, not in Genesis City. They basically spin up a private instance of Decentraland to test stuff. So it was really fun. I think that's it. Nothing else on my side. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gino and Zino. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for your time. And from the grant support, we are done. So go on, Matimio.
Great. Thank you so much, guys. Grant support team. Appreciate it and love seeing these update. We're going to now take a few minutes to open it up to the community for a forum for any questions. Normal platitudes apply of keeping it constructive, yada, yada. So please do so. And we'll move on afterwards to the in-world meetup and go from there. So open it up to anyone if you have a question. Please also be respectful of everyone's time and not monopolize the microphone.
Question. How's everybody enjoying the Metaverse Music Festival?
How are you doing, Kevin?
We're loving it, Kevin. We're loving it. We're loving it.
Woo! You're going to have to take us after we go to the in-world meetup. You're going to have to show us where to go in the Metaverse Festival, okay?
Oh my God.
Can you do that for us?
Of course. I mean, I've been streaming 7 hours today. My stream line has been going 7 hours. And I've been seeing so many amazing things. There has not been a single second where even right now, I'm streaming right now. While I'm streaming the Townhall in the little corner, there's a female DJ here playing right now. And it's just every second there's something to discover. And each one of these, oh, hold on. I just found a loot crate. Oh my gosh. See, holy, if you're not watching.
All right, so we would jump into the Metaverse Festival after the in-world meetup for sure. And Kevin, we would love for you to show us some of those loot crates. It sounds like maybe there's not that many issues to bring up right now. We've been covering a lot of ground in a server. So if there's not any objections, maybe we'll move on to the in-world meetup. And So I'll give a second for objections, but if there's no objections, that's what we'll do.
Can I just jump in? It's Tina, Cockroach Hotel. I don't have an objection or anything. I just want to say thank you. As many of you know, I've been doing different interviews about users in Decentraland, and as a user of myself, and I hopefully want to make a little documentary about Decentraland. And everybody I've talked to has been so nice and candid and gracious. And so I just wanted to do a shout out that it's been a really great experience, and it can be nerve-wracking to reach out to strangers on the internet, but everyone has been so awesome. So I just wanted to say that.
I want to say something as well. I just want to thank the grant squad report. I know you guys, it's not easy. You guys, I see you guys in the chat and just back and forth, and you guys are just trying your best to facilitate everything, and it doesn't go without notice. So thank you guys. I know they have a proposal, the grant squad support renewal. So if you guys can support them, man, it'll be nice. I think we all know they're doing a great job. So I just try to support as much as we can. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, thank you, Tina, first for your acknowledgement, and we're happy to have people writing about us and documenting our history. And Chris, 100% agree. Thank you to the Grant Support Squad. I know you guys are out there doing your best and working to get this behemoth of a system on the right rails and taking arrows for us all. So we really appreciate you, and I have loved all the work I've had with each of your team members and collectively. So thank you again. We're really lucky to have you all, and I hope that your proposal goes well. And